Hey nerds! Sage is here, so I guess we'll talk about the new thing that's out. For those who don't know, it's now time for Bound Hero Battle, or as I like to call it, the Revenge of Maria, for showing up every time in my 5-star summons, but still, nonetheless, yes, we have a new series of maps to do, and as you can see here, I've technically done them. I mean, they were not too difficult, but I'm going to go through it with a pretty powerful team, so for those who are expecting elite strats, look away right now. I'll probably go into it a bit more when I get the chance, you know, how things would work if you went with a better, well, a lesser team, not a better team, but a lesser team. But it is important to have positionals. That's what I feel for this battle. It's really important to have them to get units out when they need to, and I am going to bring, of course, along a dancer to help me along with that whole retreating and kind of taking pop shot strategy. The reason why I'm saying that is because this one has a fire sweep lance, also has hit and run. This one has a slaying lance, which I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's not too great. Also has seal speed, which is kind of odd, but mostly they have guidance, so be careful because that means that he can bring over other units if you're not careful. Another thing to note here is that, of course, almost all of these flyers, except for the red one over here, and Minerva herself, have, of course, Iote's shield, which means that your bows will not be doing bonus damage. So if you're expecting bonus damage, I hate to break it to you, it's not happening here. So instead, what I like to do is I like to try and put some effort into getting out of here, really. The idea is to kind of pull everyone back. I'm going to try and force it so that I can really tank these pretty well, at least reliably well. You can tank the green one pretty decently. That was just what my strategy involved, so it could be different for you, of course, but then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to get rid of the bigger players here, which is Minerva, and of course that one, and I'm going to get that out as well. Now, I don't really have to worry about this red tome user over there. I mean, red sword user, not red tome. But I am going to try and pull my units out, because I want to bait this one into a certain kind of kill, if that makes any sense.
It's all for you.
And since I can tank things rather well, it definitely helps to have a fairly tanky unit.
I will.
They should at least get rid of it, because of course they don't have Iote's shield. I mean, that's with a pretty powerful team right there, but still, that's a hell of a team, like Iote's shield and all that other nonsense. It's not going to be an easy... I'm just going to use this so I can show you. I don't think they actually have this in Lunatic, but I could be wrong. Let's go take a look real quick and see. Yes, they actually do have that. I didn't even notice, but at least in this one they have reasonable stats. All in all, the only real problems that I can see are the Red Tome unit, who can be a bit of a bother for something like, you know, Ike, who might be tanking. The thing is, you're going to need some strong units to at least deal with these things. Strong melee units, preferably ones that can, you know, handle themselves, because there's very light magic here. The only one who actually is magic over here is our good friend the Red Mage, and he does have that one tome that I can't pronounce, which, it's something, I guess, but still, nonetheless, he's probably the only real source of magic. Maria doesn't really do much other than, of course, have Panic. But one thing to note is that she does have Dazzling Staff, so no matter what, even if she attacks, you know, you are going to be unable to counterattack her at all. So she's built to be this kind of she also has Fortress Defense, which is a little weird, but whatever works. And she of course can fortify the res of units near her. So all in all, it seems like they're trying to lock out a lot of mages right now, especially with the units when they have such massive amounts of res. So I honestly feel that archers are probably the best bet, even though even though they're being blocked out by Iote's shield, it still feels like archers are probably the best recourse, or, you know, course of action against these units. Or, you know, solid, solid, solid alternatives, you know, solid counters to blues, greens, and reds if you can get them to spread out and actually function like that. Just be aware that baiting any of these units, at least this one, the blue one right here, he does have a fire sweep lance, meaning no counter attacks, and he does have hit and run, which means that he's going to come up, swipe you, pull back. So I would say initiation is probably a bit of the key there, at least for knocking him out. Everyone else, if you can bait them by, you know, using repositionals and things like that, you'll probably be fine. I'll give a better look at it when we get the chance to actually sit down and talk about the Bound Hero battle, because, yeah, there's a lot going on there. So anyways, but that's not the only thing that came out, of course. We do have, where are you? Ah, there we are, the Bound Hero battle. Really, this is the banner? Oh boy. It's the focus banner for this. This, of course, includes Paula, Minerva, and Maria. Wait a second. I'm gonna waste some stamina here, because probably because I'm not gonna be doing much tonight. I need to go take a look. I just want to see, was Paula even in this map? I don't think she was she? No, she wasn't. Why is she? I mean, I get it, I understand, but like, it's such a weird random character to bring along. I guess because she's a strong counter to Minerva? I don't really know. That's a really odd choice, but let's go over these units as best as we can, since we might as well. When it comes to a banner, I like to review what is there and what we can have. Bloody. So first up, the only 5-star rarity unit in this banner is Minerva. She's a very solid green axe unit, very competent in a flyer emblem, and of course has some really nice tricks up her sleeve. So first up, she has a legendary weapon, Hot Claire. It's you know, I would be like, it's a killer axe, but now it's more like it's a slaying axe, but better kind of deal. Sacred Cow, Life and Death 3, which is something that really is crazy good, and of course Word Flyers, which are always nice little essentials for a flyer emblem team if you decide to, well, build one. I mean, I really can't tell you much else other than that. It's something completely different. Next up we have Maria, who is Minerva's sister, and outside of maybe Fortify Res, she is not something you should be pulling for. If chances are, if you have a healer, you're happy with that healer. If you have a healer that's on a horse, even better, meaning that they can get around much more quickly. Usually that is more the priority. And if you don't, or you're using a, you know, infantry healer, I would say there's probably better than Maria. She does, of course, have Miracle, which means that she'll survive attacks with 1 HP by the end of it, but yeah, not the greatest. Panic is an interesting ability. And then, of course, we have Paula, who is the main source for Moonbow, as according to... I'm kidding, but no. Paula can be a pretty substantial unit, especially if you build her into a flyer emblem team. However, I feel that, granted, that's really not the best thing to kind of say here, I guess. Her role has been lessened due to the introduction of characters like Alicia, but then again, Paula tends to have a bit more defense going for her, so it's really up to you there. I mean, she tends to have a bit more defense and a bit more resistance because she's a natural flyer, and, you know, typically with the flyer units, they usually get more resistance out of it, but she also has decent speed, decent attack, and if you build her correctly, put her in a flyer emblem team, she will do really nicely. Especially with Goads, she's a really fantastic flyer. The only problem, of course, is that she is a 4-star, and I think actually a 3-star naturally, which is not the best thing for her. If you really wanted to roll for reds on this banner, you'd probably just be better just to roll for reds on any banner and try to get a Paula that way. But I'm not going to tell you what to do, because that'd be weird, right? That would just be odd. So instead, I'm going to try and... Oh, goody. That's a hell of a... I was hoping for a green, maybe, but I guess I'll go for a red and see if I can't get something out of this. Probably won't, but yeah, okay, a 3-star. Well, alright. Hey, a Hana. I mean, I'll take a Hana. She's really good for Life and Death, but honestly, if I were to say this, if you're going for anything in this banner, go for Minerva. Don't go for Paula, don't go for Maria. Those can come easily. Maria is 4-star, Paula is 3 and 4-star, Minerva is the only 5-star unit that is exclusive there, and therefore, you know, having a chance to get her is definitely something that is probably top priority. What do you guys think? Alright. As for me, I'm going to see if I can't get a Takumi. I'm just going to try real quick. I'm going down that rabbit hole, and hey, look. I got 2 colorless, except that I'm never going to get a Takumi again because of what I did last time. So, you know, that's just... yeah, well, that's like a Takumi, I guess. So, but... do tell me your results on the Bound Hero battle. Did you guys find it challenging? Are you having troubles? If so, talk to me. I'm on Discord. Talk to me. I'm in the comments, and I will try to help you out best I can. Just a cursory glance, though, I still say that... oh, God, go away, Lucius. Lucius. You poor guy. You were a monk once. What happened to you? Anyways, it's time to call it a night, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you all later. Much love. Much love for you all.